Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Sunday, the 10th of October, 2021. We are starting out our 78th week of dealing with this nastiness out of China. Right now in Jacksonville, Florida, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at 77%, 69%. It's gone down. It's actually rather nice out there. 27 degrees Celsius. So the only one difficulty I have with my sleep schedule being the way it is, excuse me, I've been up since just before 2 o'clock, which is my normal get up time to go get the boys and whatever. So, but the thing with that getting up at 2, I'm not ready to eat until 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. And by that time, it's dark outside. And the things that I want to show are things that are outdoor cooking. So, trying to figure out ways around that. I found a place. I think the last one that I did, the last TVP cooking thing that I did, I found a gazebo out at the boat ramp, and the lights come on at dusk. So that's good to know. I may go back out there, but one thing, I was looking around on Amazon, and I'm always talking about like trying to find a small can of refried beans. So I don't like opening a big can or a big package, because I may not want refried beans the next night or later that night or whatever. But you can't find the small cans. I found out you can get dehydrated refried beans. And these make up just like the other dehydrated stuff, the potatoes and the TVP. I take about a quarter cup of this. I add a little less than half a cup of water. If all I'm using is this, if I'm adding in dehydrated onions, garlic, pepper, whatever, I might go up as much as a cup. And then this will give me more than enough for one serving of refried beans. So I'll be trying this out in the near future. But then yesterday, I was talking about beans at Sam's and places in general. Unless you want baked beans, you can't find beans, or very seldom find beans, in the small single serving size. All you get are the big 10 or 12 ounce can, whatever they are. And I don't use all of them in one recipe, and I may not need them for a while. Yeah, I could freeze them, but then I forget about them and whatever. But I thought, I wonder if they have them freeze dried. Well, they don't have them freeze dried, but they have them dehydrated. So I actually went and I ordered. What did I order? Freeze-dried green beans, which I think my one grandson loves eating green beans right out of the can. So I want to see if he likes these. If not, I'll use them. I enjoy green beans. I ordered tomato flakes. It's it says chunks, but then on the jar it says flakes. So they'll rehydrate and can be used in various things. Can't remember his whole channel, but Bear used a tomato powder to make a tomato soup the other day, and that looked really good. So I'll try to remember to add a link to that down below. But so yeah, I found the dried tomatoes, dried black beans, dried cabbage, green beans, black beans, tomatoes, cabbage. What was the other thing? Spinach, dried spinach. So I ordered those 5 things. They should be here tomorrow or whatever. That's like, I can make up a dried chili mix to just throw in a baggie, and then when you get to wherever you're going, you rehydrate with a couple cups of hot water, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Or in my case, my brother. But and then after I ordered those, I got to thinking, and it's kind of expensive to order stuff that's already dehydrated or whatever. I mean, this is like $12, and I don't know. It'll make quite a few quarter cup servings. So I don't know how many, but it's probably worth it. Same thing with the beans and everything else. They're about $12. But if I dehydrate my own, now I've got the dried beans. I could go ahead and cook them up and then dehydrate them. That sounds like a lot of work. Or I could just buy canned, rinse them off well, and dehydrate those. That may be worth trying. I just need to dig out my dehydrator. And I ordered the silicone mats to go in the dehydrator because I use parchment paper for a lot of it. You have to cut it and pierce it, and it's just aggravating. So, and I've dehydrated before. I've got like a lot of the bell peppers that I have are dehydrated. I bought 2 or 3 bags, 2 bags I think, of diced up bell peppers and dehydrated them. And like they started out like quarter inch squares, and they ended up tiny. Tiny. But they rehydrate fairly well. I mean, they don't, it's just like anything else, they don't come back to normal unless you like let them sit for quite a while and absorb moisture. And even then, they never come back to what they looked like originally. But they're good. They're good for you. The main thing is the convenience factor and storage. Whether it's for an upcoming food shortages, or convenience of on the road in case of a storm, etc., etc., etc. You know, I can make up a couple different bags, or I mean, these things aren't that difficult to store, or break them down into smaller sizes. You know, refried beans with rice and TVP meat to make kind of a taco thing. A little bit of rehydrated cabbage, and excuse me. Should be tasty. We'll see. I mean, I like experimenting with foods and coming up with new things. So it is what it is. But we'll see about me getting out this evening. It'll be dark by the time I get out of here. But like I said, hopefully the lights are on over there. I could, I guess, boil the water in the back of the van. But I wasn't. My whole cook kit right now, the one that I'm using, is set up in the brat buggy. I would have to go in and I don't even know what all's in the van. I would have to grab the cook kit out of the brat buggy, take it out, use it, pack it back up again, and make sure it got back in the brat buggy, because if I left it in the van, it would be in the way when I go to pick up the kids. I don't have a place in the van to store it. Craziness, right? I know. But no reason I should be yawning. I got I shut the lights off. It was a little bit before 5 last night. I went right out, and it was 2 o'clock when I woke up. Probably 2:20, 2:30 when I actually decided to get up. It's one of the things you just kind of lay there and think about what I was going to say today. Or about, about combining these different foods or these different ingredients into a food or into a meal. So, so anyway, I got, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 hours sleep. Maybe I'm overslept, but anyhow. Let's see. So, I was planning on going tomorrow to get the kids. Actually, I was going to go this afternoon back to Sam's and get gas in the van. Because I use the van when I have all 3 kids. But tomorrow is no school, so I don't need to get gas today. I can go do that tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't bite me and the gas prices are a whole lot higher. They probably will be. But so yeah, that's one thing I'm not, I don't need to head out to do today. If I really don't feel like it, I may decide to just go and do it anyhow. It's not that far of a trip. And once I throw the clothes in the dryer, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. So, let's see, what else is going on? Not much, really. It's, it's Sunday. Not headed out riding anywhere. Don't have a whole lot involved. Oh, wait a minute, is it Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday, right? Yeah, it's Sunday. I don't have a whole lot in line this coming week, other than going to get the kids, take them home, and then figuring out, what to do. Figuring out meals or whatever, and yeah. I mean, I've got some odds and ends things. Like I made that little flashing light thing the other day. And I use these type of fairy lights. Just kind of shove them down in that little jar, and they worked. I've got a slightly bigger jar from Fruit Cocktail. that Becky sent me. It's a little bit more, it's kind of oblong. That might look cool, but then the other day I saw this and I thought it's got a hole in the bottom of it. I could feed the lights up inside of there. That would be kind of cool. Uncoiling that wire. Uncoiling that is a pain in the neck. It gets covered up on top of itself from the way it was wound up. Man. Aggravating. But, and you have to, well, if I'm threading it through a jar top, then I need to unravel most of it so I can get the end and start through the top and get the top all the way to the end, to the other end by the solar charger, and then start pushing the thing back down into the jar. And it's not hard, it's just tedious. So, like that one little tiny light probably took me an hour just to put together, maybe a little more. So I kind of like it. I pulled up last night. It was dark out, and it was like just behind the screen door where I've got it hanging, and it looked it looked pretty cool. But you can still see that it's individual lights. So I probably should have put some tissue or something like that in the jar before I put all the lights in. Just it would change the glow, and you wouldn't be. I don't think you'd be able to see individual lights. I was thinking about painting it, but I don't think that would work either. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do that skull or not. I may go ahead and finish up that one little jar of horseradish, clean it out, and do another one just like the one that I did do. Only put the tissue paper in it. See how that works, and then I'll undo that one and put tissue paper in it too if it works. Probably use colored tissue paper too, right? That'd probably work kind of cool too. I have to buy a whole big thing of colored tissue paper at Dollar Tree for 2 little squares. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I made a comment on Granddad is an Old Man's channel yesterday, I think it was. He'd gone out and bought solder. Now he does all kinds of little electrical things. So he gets this solder that's like kite string size, you know? But it reminded me, I got this thing in the back of my head, and I commented this to on his channel. I don't know if you've ever seen the ant moldings or the ant castings and stuff like that, where a sand drip castle. I've thought about doing something like that with solder, just heating the solder up and building towers and whatever. It's one of the things in the back of my head that maybe one day. I know it's going to be fragile. I also know it's going to be rather expensive. But after I made that comment yesterday, I started thinking, I don't have to do it all in one go. I could buy a thing of solder and just make as much as I can out of that one thing, and then go from there. If I want to add more, buy another thing that's hotter later on. That doesn't beat the fragility of it, but you know, life is fragile, so maybe it's got it back here, like not buried deep in the archives, but right up front, going, hey, hello, maybe. No. Always something going on. Always something going on. I don't usually go political on my channel. I went political on the back window of my brat buggy last night. Took my markers and made a couple of political statements on the back. Probably going to be controversial, especially at the school, but you know, hey, First Amendment rights, right? And I don't know if I'll leave them there. There's other things that once I got going, I couldn't stop. So like almost the whole back window is covered. But it'll come off easy. Spray it down with a little bit of alcohol, scrape it with a razor blade, and I've got a fresh canvas to write more provocative stuff on. That's a cat. So yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I guess that's going to be about it for today. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. I seriously think I'm going to go try to get out this evening and do that cooking. But you never know. There doesn't seem to be any rain in the area, but well, there wasn't last time I checked. It looks like I'll stay south on this. Anyway, we'll see. But let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see you all again. Hope you have a fandoculous day. Watch it, y'all. Bye-bye. That pink lemonade, or lemonade and raspberry, staining the heck out of my straw. It's good.